It was supposed to be just another quiet autumn afternoon in 1995, but in the forgotten town of Dunmore, Massachusetts, a place so small it barely earned a dot on most maps, something happened that would leave the entire nation stunned, terrified, and desperate for answers. Emma Sullivan, just 23 years old, vibrant and full of dreams, vanished without a trace. No warning, no ransom note, no witnesses. One moment, she was laughing with friends at a cozy, old-fashioned coffee shop. The next, she was gone, as if the earth itself had swallowed her whole. And what makes this story truly chilling isn't just Emma's disappearance. It's the horrifying trail of evidence investigators found afterward. Surveillance footage shows Emma smiling brightly, stepping outside to answer a phone call. At exactly 3:17 p.m., she stands beside her red Toyota Corolla, nodding as if speaking to someone unseen. But there's no one there. Seconds later, her body stiffens unnaturally. Her coffee cup falls from her hand, shattering against the pavement. And then, like a puppet on invisible strings, she simply turns and walks away into the unknown. She left everything behind. Her car keys dangling from the ignition, her purse slumped on the passenger seat, her wallet lying open on the sidewalk. It was as if she had been pulled into another world. Emma Sullivan was never seen again. 3 days later, hikers wandering the dense, whispering woods outside Dunmore stumbled upon something so horrifying that even seasoned police officers refused to discuss it openly. 17 miles from where Emma vanished, atop a moss-covered stone deep in the forest, lay her engagement ring, neatly placed, almost ritualistically. Beside it, a single Polaroid photo. It showed Emma, rigid and terrified, seated in a battered wooden chair, her eyes stretched wide with unspeakable fear, her mouth frozen mid-scream. Clutched tightly in her trembling hands was a handmade sign that read simply, "Help me." The photo bore no fingerprints, no DNA, no signs of tampering. It was pristine, almost too pristine, as if it had been plucked straight from the heart of a nightmare. The media exploded. Headlines screamed across every newspaper and television screen. Missing girl, haunting photo found in Massachusetts forest. Theories flooded in like a tidal wave, each darker than the last. Some believed Emma had been lured by someone she knew. Others whispered she had staged her own escape from the suffocating small-town life. But then there were those, the ones who spoke in hushed, shaking voices, who believed something much worse, that Emma had been taken by something that wasn't human at all. The old legends of Dunmore spoke of the Woods of the Silent, a cursed stretch of forest where people simply vanished, where strange echoes floated through the trees, and where the shadows moved even when the wind was dead still. Some who studied the Polaroid said Emma's eyes told a story words never could. A look not just of fear, but of pure, soul-crushing terror, as if she had seen something we were never meant to. And then, 6 months later, it happened again. Brian Holloway, a 19-year-old college freshman home for the summer, disappeared while jogging along the lonely back roads near Dunmore. No struggle, no witnesses, no trail, but this time, they found another Polaroid. Brian, tied upright against a gnarled tree, his mouth brutally taped shut, his eyes wild with fear, holding a sign that read simply, "Don't look." Panic tore through the town. People bolted their doors, boarded their windows, refused to step outside after dark. And when investigators dug deeper, they uncovered a chilling connection. Both Emma and Brian had visited the same eerie bookstore shortly before they vanished. Old Tomes and Curiosities, a place that specialized in rare occult volumes, forbidden folklore, and whispered rumors of beings that move in the cracks of time, creatures only glimpsed from the corner of your eye. The owner, a gaunt, hunched man known only as Mr. Vance, was rumored to know the kinds of secrets that could rot your soul just by hearing them. When police returned to question him, the bookstore was abandoned, every shelf stripped bare, every trace of its existence wiped clean. Mr. Vance was never seen again. 7 long years passed, and then, in the spring of 2002, a barefoot woman covered in cuts and bruises staggered into a small police station in Rhode Island. It was Emma Sullivan, but there was no joyful reunion. Emma couldn't recall where she had been. She couldn't explain the missing years. All she did, rocking back and forth, eyes wide and hollow, was whisper the same phrase over and over. The ones you can't see are the ones who take you. Doctors found no signs of long-term captivity. No malnutrition, no scarring. It was as if she had stepped straight out of 1995, untouched by time. 2 nights later, Emma vanished again from her hospital bed. Security cameras caught nothing but static during the hours she disappeared. She has never been found. Was it abduction, a desperate escape, or something far worse than we dare to imagine? Today, Dunmore stands as a ghost town in everything but name. Locals refuse to speak of the missing. The woods have grown thicker, darker, unnervingly silent. And sometimes, just sometimes, hikers stumble across Polaroids nailed to the trees, blurred faces, trembling hands clutching signs that say, "I see you. Don't follow." It